Hey everybody, Jeremy here. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about my new electric bike. This is the Lectric XP, and more specifically some of the accessories that I bought for this. I was getting pretty excited when it was coming in. I waited about a little over a month for it to be delivered, and like most people, you go online and you start looking at all the different accessories that you can get. You wonder, I wonder if I can make use out of this. I wonder if I can make use out of that. So I just want to show you the simple things that I decided to pick up for me. Now, the first thing here is this bag that they actually ship with the bike. From what I understand, if you had a special promo code when you bought it, then they would give you this bag, but I didn't put any kind of promo code and they shipped the bag with it anyway. So I don't know if that's a standard thing now or not, but all I keep in there right now is just like a bottle of water. But when I get more stuff, or if I decide to go to a store or something, I'll be able to put more things in this bag. But just for the record, let me show you approximately how much space you can have. It's the same thing on both sides. So you see how deep that is, and then it also has this zipper pocket right there. It's the same thing on the right side too. I see a lot of people complaining about the Lectric XP seat, and that is not that comfortable, and they always recommend a seat made by Cloud9. So far, I haven't had too many problems with this seat, with the exception of when I had the seat down too low, because I'm not a cyclist, you know. I'm just starting to learn about this stuff, and I realized that my whole life I've been riding with the seat down too close to the ground. So after researching it more, I realized I had to lift the seat up, and it actually helped my butt a little bit. It hasn't hurt as much when I go on, or at all really, when I go on some of these rides. Now, to the accessories. First thing I want to point out is this mirror right here. Now, I'm going to leave a link in the description to all of this stuff. The name for this mirror escapes me, but it starts with an H. Now, the main thing about this mirror is when you look at reviews for it, it'll tell you that the mirror is not long enough to extend past these handlebars. These handlebars are pretty narrow, so it's not a lot of room to put accessories on the bar alone. But the trick to getting this particular mirror to work good is by mounting it under the handlebar. So you can kind of see how I have it here, where the screw goes in from the bottom over here, and then it goes up and connects these two clamps. They have a spacer in there as well. I kept the spacer in. It is a very, very tight fit. You might have to try it a couple of times to get it to really snug in there. And you also need a 5mm Allen key, if you don't have one, in order to get this to stay, because that bolt is pretty large. So if you mount it under, then you won't have to worry about your shoulder blocking this mirror. You'll be riding, and then you just have to kind of look down and to the left, and you'll be able to see clearly what's behind you. I just went on a ride right before I started recording this, and that's exactly what happened, and it worked out really, really good. So this is another accessory that I meant to show you when the bike was out here, but I forgot I had it on me. This is the EVT helmet mounted bike mirror. This is also on Amazon. It costs $40, and it's pretty expensive, but it has a lot of really positive reviews. But I honestly don't like this mirror. This isn't the whole part. Like I said, the other part's connected to my helmet, so it extends out a little bit more. But the problem I have with this mirror is, once you finally get it into place, which isn't the easiest thing in the world, I found that when I want to look behind me, I had to sort of tilt my head in a very specific way in order to get the mirror to see the road behind me exactly the way I want to, so I can see if a car is coming up behind me. And it took my attention off what was in front of me. And also, since the mirror kind of sticks out like this, it's always going to be in your vision in some way, shape, or form, and that can also be distracting. This has a lot of positive reviews, and honestly, I mean, I don't know, it just didn't work for me. That traditional bike mirror that I showed you earlier, to me, that is the way to go. It's out of your way, it's far less fiddling, and it's like half the price. Now, second accessory is the cell phone holder that I have upside down, but it's, you see the name there, Vesna. There's a whole lot of different cell phone holders here, but I have this one because the phone that I use is the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, and that's a pretty big phone, and this is the phone that I'm using to record this with, and it fits that large phone. So if your phone is smaller than that, then this will work for you. So really, you can just kind of see that it kind of goes down like that, and then on the underside, let's see if I can get a good look. You see that red switch right there? You flip that switch, and that's what locks it down so that you can't move it. And then you flip the switch again, and then you'll be able to move it in and out. It also has this little piece right here that you can loosen up, and then you'll be able to move this so it's on a ball joint. So you'll have a little bit more choice in the direction that you want your phone to be. It holds my phone very well. It can come a little bit loose from time to time, but no big deal. I never worried that the actual clamp is going to come loose, because it doesn't. It's just this little ball joint here that can get a little bit loose, and then you just tighten it up. Everything is fine. Now next up, let's talk about bells. Now when you go on Amazon, you're going to see a lot of different bells, but usually you'll see one that kind of looks like this, and then you'll see a bell that looks like this. Now this is the cheaper bell. I think it was about $5 or $6, and this other bell was around $10-ish. I actually replaced this bell with that one, because this one, it feels like it's really well made, and it feels nice, and it's metal and everything. But the only problem that I have with this is you have to hit this lever. You have to make it go all the way back. Oh, my finger's in the way. You got to make it go all the way back in order for it to ring out. So if you only do it a little bit, it's not going to work. You have to go all the way back. But this one, I think that this is a more of a traditional bike bell that people will be able to understand. You're coming up behind somebody, you just go. And I think most people understand that sound as opposed to just one big ding, you know? So I replaced that bell with this one. This takes up more space, but I think that it works better in the end. And last accessory that I have on this so far is this extender bar. It just grips on to the ends of these handlebars here, and it just gives you a little bit more real estate for things that you might want to put on here, things that I don't have yet. For some people that like to ride at night, they get a separate light because they say like this one isn't quite as bright as they would like for it to be, so they have like a flashlight, a small, really powerful looking flashlight thing that can clamp onto here, and that'll be a good spot for it. Or if you have an action camera or a GoPro, you want to mount it to it, you can mount it to this as well. And then for the display for the Lectric XP, you can tilt it up and down because it does have some little screws right here that you can use an Allen key to loosen up, and then you can just tilt it forward and back that way. But those are all the accessories. Everything else just comes on the bike. The shifter, and of course the main unit. And yeah, so that's all the stuff that I decided to put on here, and I think that this is good enough for what I want to use this for. The only other thing that I think I would want to get is maybe a water bottle holder, and I would have to find one that I think will probably be best if it were to go about right here, because this is way too thick. This is where the battery is. So I would like to get a water bottle holder, something that grabs nice and snug right there. But other than that, I think that I am good for right now. So yeah, my experience with this bike so far has been very pleasant. I just got it, and I put not too many miles on it, about 31, 32 miles on it so far, and it's been great. It's been absolutely great. So yeah, this is my black Lectric XP and the accessories that I have on it. So thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, I'm Jeremy. Talk to you later.